I got called by a CNN booker in 2007 because I was the guy who broke the story about the mayor of Los Angeles. He'd stopped wearing his wedding ring. He'd been having an affair with a newsreader on a Spanish language TV station that covered him. And I broke that story. So CNN wanted to bring me on the show live. So they sent a limo to pick me up at 4 a.m. And I got into the CNN Los Angeles studio on Sunset Boulevard about 4:30 a.m. And then they said, we're moving the interview back till it's not going to be live, it's going to be taped. And when we do the taped interview, I didn't get to see the woman anchor who was asking me the questions. That's by design, so that you're kind of on a defensive. And I noted that it was well known among journalists that for many months the mayor had not been wearing his wedding ring, but that journalists were reluctant for various reasons to report on the mayor's dissolving marriage, because they wanted to support the first Latino mayor of Los Angeles in over a century, that they generally agreed with his politics, and so they were protective of Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa. And CNN anchor said, how can you say this about Los Angeles Times? They've won Pulitzer Prizes. I responded, Pulitzer Prize does not denote journalistic excellence. It's a popularity contest with other journalists. So New York Times journalists who lied for Stalin and covered up the Holodomor, the Ukrainian genocide, he got a Pulitzer Prize. You had, Janet Cook of the Washington Post, who invented a story about drug addict kids who were born with drug addictions and stuff. Just complete fabulism, just completely invented the story, and she won a Pulitzer Prize. So also lots of other really long, boring stories with very little public importance have won Pulitzer Prizes because they've hit the sweet spot of what the profession regards as important, what it should support. It's to a large extent, Pulitzer Prizes are a popularity contest. So CNN did not end up using any of my interview, to the best of my knowledge. So I got up at 3:30 a.m. for no reason, go in, because they didn't want to hear me criticize other journalists. They didn't want to hear me point out that other journalists were aware of the same story I was, but that the journalistic profession in Los Angeles had covered up for the mayor over the previous 6 to 9 months, because they didn't want to break any embarrassing story about the mayor's marriage.